doing Smoke and Cooking Odors. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ann. I am with CTI Pros Choice, and I am like the Southwest representative. I have a lot of responsibilities and titles, but mainly I help distributors know what product carry on their shelves to help you, and I help you guys understand how to use our products so that you can make money doing it. So that's essentially what we're going to be talking about tonight, is how to do some of these more advanced odor control processes and make some money doing it. For those of you who have taken my basic odor class before, you know that we talk about how the odor molecules work and how they're the basic ways that we destroy them. Either we can use an encapsulator, we can use an enzyme or an oxidizer, and we alter the shape and then either destroy it or permanently alter it so that you smell a different fragrance, if you will. Yes, I heard something about Sunbelt not having a cleaner on the shelf. You might send Sarah in the morning, you might send her an email and say that that's the case, and see if we can't get some down to you there. She handles all those in-house situations for us. If you don't have Sarah's email, I can give that to you, but we definitely want to get that in your hands. So let's talk a little bit about this and kind of get started. Now, just like you saw in the chat, if you guys have questions, comments, anything going on, just go ahead and type it in. I'm pretty good at reading as we go. So just go ahead and I'll do my best to answer questions that you have. Make sure you're updated. I teased Todd about this. Our 1-800 tech line number, our 1-800 number, I call it 1-800-CALL-TODD. If you've not had a chance to call our tech line for something, please do. He's extremely knowledgeable and will be able to help you with a lot of different situations that you might encounter. So that's an opportunity for you to learn something and get some help on the job, which I love. Also, our website has been newly updated. If you haven't had a chance, I know that you guys are in love with the Stain app, and I am too, but we included that same version plus a few other tabs in our new website. So we have our odor guide and cleaning guide, stone and tile. So that might be more comprehensive for you. Take a look at it. Okay, smoke and cooking odors. Are we ready to go? This is exciting. It's a little bit like, as the Jack in the Box commercial talks about, it's a little bit more like advanced burrito. We talk about in the basic odors, we talk more about pet, really. That's really where we concentrate our efforts, is pet and pet urine. Here we're going to jump into smoke, cooking, and other types of odors that you may encounter and how to eliminate them. Yep, curry, absolutely. One of those heavy spices. Now, we don't want to give any undue chatter to any particular group of people. All of us have unique cooking spices that we use in our culture. So garlic, curry, turmeric, thyme, any type of stronger scents like that have a tendency to hang around a little bit. All of us have them. So we want to work on the premise that we're going to remove everything rather than just attack a certain odor, if that makes sense to you. This way you can kind of get it all. But yeah, cooking odors definitely. As you know, fish is a big ticket item as well. If you've cooked a lot of fish in your home, you know that just within a day or two of cooking it, you can still smell the fish. So it's usually a pretty strong odor, and that smell of the leftover food. Again, strong spices, but also smoking odors. You know, a lot of people still smoke in their homes. Yeah, we're going to talk about marijuana, believe it or not. I can't believe that we're saying that, but we're going to. A lot of people still smoke in their homes. It's one of the few places in the United States where we can actually still smoke. Most outside places have been eliminated for smokers. So a lot of people become kind of closet smokers. Maybe they've been in their home for most of their adult life, and they've smoked most of their adult life, and they smoke in the house. And so there it is. It's just hanging on the walls. So that's one thing that happens, but it also gets into every part of the home or the residence. It gets into the ducting system. It gets into the carpet. It gets into the paintwork, into the furniture. So all those things we need to address. And then, of course, believe it or not, we're going to address marijuana. We finally have gotten to a point where the states are legalizing marijuana. I understand that Massachusetts just did too, and Utah has it on the ballot for this this upcoming election. So it's becoming quite a thing. And here's the difference. Apparently, I'm nobody's moral compass, so I have no judgment here, but I never smoked marijuana my whole life. And so I was probably the last teenager in California that didn't. And so essentially, I never knew what it actually smelled like. And then when I came in contact with it, when it became legal here, and we started talking about it within the confines of cleaning it, it was a couple of cleaners in Colorado who first brought it to me and said that it doesn't clean like cigarette smoke. Okay, I'm thoroughly shocked at that. I don't know why it wouldn't. Apparently it doesn't. So we came up with a new product we're going to talk about tonight. In fact, we're going to give some away that actually is made specifically for smoke and cannabis tar. So we're pretty excited about that. We launched it just a few weeks ago at the ICE show, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be a great product for you moving forward. So let's get started on how we do this. How do you make money doing this? I mean, you guys know how to clean carpets, you guys know how to do stain, and you guys know how to do repairs, but how do you make money doing odor control, odor remediation? How does that work? Maybe we can walk through some of those steps tonight. Okay. First thing that I want to bring up to you. Normally we say, can you meet your customers' expectations? But those of you who know me know that I came from a commercial environment. So my client base was high-end commercial corporate accounts. These are not people who are known to have a lot of in-depth knowledge about how to maintain their facilities. They have enough, but they hire vendors. That's how we're viewed. And so we're just one of many vendors that would provide a service for them. So instead of having an expectation of how a job is going to go, they would look to us, or rather to me, to tell them how the job was going to go. And that's what I'm going to advise you to do. You set your customers' expectations. Don't let them set them for you. Tell them how it's going to go. You're the expert. You have been hired to handle their problem because they don't have a solution. You are the expert. Set that expectation for them. Yep, they do often think that just cleaning the carpet will remove all the odors in the house. And many times the odor source, particularly if it's pet, is in the carpet. And so that's where they get that idea that if they clean the carpet, that it will just take care of everything. But these are advanced. You're right on the money. These are advanced odors. They're going to be in other places. They're going to be airborne. They're going to be specifically a stickier substance that's going to stick to the walls, the draperies, the soft surfaces, carpet, ducting systems. And so we need to address all of those things in order to be able to really clear out the odors. The second thing we're going to want to talk about, you want to make sure you can make a profit. I'm probably one of the last 5 capitalists in California that's not ashamed to make money. And I have to tell you that making a profit, there is no sin in that. You're trying to make a living. So you do a good job for somebody, and you should get paid for that effort. That's, you know, you're trading your time and your expertise for money. There's nothing wrong with that. So making a profit, you definitely want to make sure that you can estimate your jobs correctly going in. That's part of setting your customers' expectations. You're also setting your own. You're basically deciding how much it's going to cost you, therefore how much you're going to charge your customer. That way you're making a profit on the job and not losing money. Okay. Some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, we actually make these things. So we have a fogger, which is pretty nice. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how the fogger works. We do have an ozone machine also, and we're going to talk in depth about the steps about how to use an ozone machine. And then, of course, our smoke off and our Exide products, and all of our Exide products tonight. And then our air mover that we offer to you. All of those are available in our catalog, and so, or online, so you can get an opportunity to see those. But they're pretty great tools. And since we're talking about advanced odor, these are more of the tools that you're going to want to have in your arsenal. It's pretty important that you have a fogger. It's pretty important that you have an ozone machine. That way you can really be that next level up from just the carpet cleaner, just the guy that comes in, treats the carpets, treats the rugs, and then gets out. You want to be a little bit above that. Okay, let's talk about the fogger. Most versatile fogger available. Unique spray controls include velocity, pattern, particle size, 5-quart capacity, and sprays 25 feet. I can tell you that I actually have one of these, and they're very lightweight and very powerful. The thing I like to do with them is to use, of course, our X-Side. This is our new X-Side for smoke product. If you're not familiar with X-Side, X-Side is an encapsulate-based odor removal product. So it's not a cleaner per se, it is an odor eliminator. It uses encapsulation technology the same way that we do soil removal. It removes the odor molecule the same way, dissolves it so that there leaves no residue and no residual odor. It's a very powerful tool. And we jumped it up a little bit and kind of juiced it a little, if you will, and gave it kind of a revamped formula specifically designed to take care of smoke and cannabis tar. So you're really looking at the latest in technology for dealing with exactly what you are encountering as carpet cleaners. People who are smoking in their homes, it used to not be a sin to smoke in your home, certainly, and it also used to be illegal to smoke marijuana. Now it's almost the reverse is true. Smoking cigarettes looks bad and has a negative connotation in society, and now we're legalizing marijuana. So those people who were smoking either one have just been not talking about it. This is an opportunity for you to move forward as a business person, to capture a new market. This is your chance to jump on something that is just emerging as a new opportunity for you. I am super, super excited about X-Side for smoke. I think this is going to be a killer product. A lot of my distributors in the states that have legalized marijuana are telling me it's going to be big. So jump on that bandwagon and start marketing to those people who are, maybe they're smoking in their house for whatever reason, and who needs to have a moral compass, you know, whatever their situation is as to why they're smoking in there, that's fine. Let them go ahead and do that, and then make sure that you understand that you can market to them in a way that you can make their living more of a quality existence by cleaning the smoke and the tar that they're suffering with. So pretty great opportunity there. Okay, we also still have our smoke off product, our original smoke off product. Can be used as a post treatment as well. So you can use it as a part of the cleaning solution or in your post treatment. Pretty awesome product. So let's talk a little bit about your visible odor sources. Obviously your carpet, obviously your drapes, your upholstery, but remember your walls too. Remember what we talked about in the basic odor class, that porous surfaces attach themselves, or molecules attach themselves to those porous substances. So drywall, paint, anything of that nature, of wall surfaces, they absorb those odor molecules, and that way they hold on to them. And so when you've done your job, you've cleaned, and you still have a residual smell, it could be from the walls, could be from any one of these soft surfaces. So that's when we're going to start getting into hidden sources and what we're going to do about it. Okay, hidden sources. Obviously your ventilation and your ducting system. That's no one thinks about this except if you're doing duct cleaning. If you're offering a duct cleaning service, that's a different service. But odor molecules hide in ducting, particularly if the air filter hasn't been cleaned for a while, or the place has been vacant, or they just haven't run that system. You know, I live in Southern California, and in the summertime, when the air conditioning system had been off the whole winter, we would kick it on that very first time. It would just smell like dust and debris, and all of this junk would just blow out of the vents. And I have to think that most people who live with odors in their home don't realize it, but when they kick on those systems for the first time, it's got to come out in the ventilation system. So those are places where odors hide as well. Make sure you're estimating correctly. We talked a little bit about this in the beginning. Just make sure that you're estimating quickly and efficiently so that you're making money on the job. And then, of course, there's always, we recommend that you have a form of some sort so that you can kind of document your procedure. You're going to walk your client through it. That way you a little bit more professional and they feel more confident in allowing you to work in their home. I know. Okay, guys, ready? We're going to get on the stick here and we're going to start with how to do it. What's our first step? First step, we are going to remove the air filters from the HVAC system. Very first thing, we don't need this right now. They are designed to block any particles and any odor and molecules from the air system. It also interferes with our cleaning regime that we're about to do. So we want to take that out of there so that it doesn't interfere with the process. Then go ahead and open all the cabinet doors. Make sure that everything is open so that when you start your fogging procedure or your ozone or both, that it can get in all of those areas where odors can be trapped. Okay, we need an ambient temperature. So if it's a little warm outside, you kick down the AC a little bit. If it's a little bit cool outside, you kick up the heat a little bit. That way it's just flowing all the time. We need that system to continually move the products that we're going to put in the air, the exide or the smoke off that we're going to use to fog through the rooms. We need that to be circulating through the HVAC system so that it's not only reaching every part of the house, but it's also going through the ducting system and taking care of any molecules that are existing in the ducting. Okay, first off, we're going to talk about the fogger. We do suggest that you wear an organic vapor respirator. It is sometimes a little bit difficult to breathe in there when you're fogging, so it will help you do that. Then you want to use your diluted solutions of Exide for smoke. Absolutely, our new smoke and CT product, our cannabis and tar product, definitely want to use that as your fogger. And keep in mind that you can fog anywhere. So if it is a commercial space, you can tip one of those tiles up in the ceiling and fog straight into the gap above the ceiling in the recessed area. That's another place that odors hide. If it's a residential area, make sure to get every closet, every doorway, behind the doorways, into the ventilation system, all over where it can literally move around and get into every nook and cranny of the space. One of the other things I love about this is that particularly with Exide, is that you can use it a lot of different ways. You can use part of your cleaning solution. You can use it as a post-treatment. You can wet wipe it on. In other words, you can mop it on. You can wipe down surfaces with it. You can fog it. You can use it in addition to the other types of cleaning that we do. It has a lot of versatility. And we're going to see here how we're going to use it with the air mover. We're going to hook the fogger to the air mover and fog Exide for smoke into the airstream under the carpet. So when you're we call this floating the carpet. When you're floating the carpet, that way you're actually getting all of that odor destroying solution under the carpet. So it's reaching the back of the carpet, it's reaching the pad, it's reaching the subfloor, all of those places that you will never be able to get to without pulling that carpet up. Great way to do that. And then of course it's just easy. You just hook it up and there you go. And it's kind of self-sufficient at that point. So you're moving a lot of the Exide or Exide for CT around the room and under the carpet very efficiently at this point. And then of course, if you're going to include our ozone machine in this process, then you'd want to put the ozone machine into a central location. Then you need to vacate that building immediately. You got to go. Everything that is living or thinks about living has got to leave the premises for at least 12 to 24 hours while the ozone is running. So make sure that you do that. And if you guys have questions, like I said earlier, just go ahead and type it into the bar and I will do my best to answer it for you. I don't, I'm used to a lot of interaction in my classes, so I feel like I'm running through this very quickly, and I hope I'm not running through it too fast for you guys. Write down whatever you need to or ask questions about anything that you want to ask questions about, because I think it's really important that you understand, where we're going with this and how to move forward as an advanced odor remediation system. Okay, there's our ozone machine. Now, I have cleaners that buy these ozone machines, crafty little people, and they buy 2 or 3 of them, and they set them up in individual spaces, and they charge by the hour or by the day for them to do a 24-hour treatment, and they made all the money back for the cost of that machine in about a month. So it's really, really just an awesome little tool. Oh, you're an Unsmoke graduate. Unsmoke is a great product. It was a standalone product before it was the company was sold into the Legends brand group. So Unsmoke is a very well-known product line, and you know, we're just we're getting into it. You don't need to run the ozone after the fogger. You can actually run it in conjunction with, so you can be fogging and running the ozone machine at the same time. So either way, and if you're, boy, you're really going to kill it if you're going to do all of that. You're not going to have a stitch of odor left when you walk into the space in 24 hours. So you're talking about pretty high-tech solution there. Okay, power of ozone. Our ozone machine is capable of 5,000 milligrams of ozone per hour. Pretty powerful stuff there. So you definitely don't want to be in the space while it's running. That's the first thing that you learn in this particular group. Make sure of that. Secondly, you want to make sure that it is in a central location. It wants to be in a place kind of high up. I think we have a picture next of where you should put it, kind of like that. So you can literally have it in a space that is designed to move that product all around the room. Does that make sense to you? This is not including cleaning. This cleaning would be done at either a different time or before all of this. So this is a completely different treatment for what we're doing. If that makes any sense. So set that into a central location, and then it's very, very, very important that you post everywhere what you're doing. So post, post, post. It is very important that no one walk into the space during the time that you're running the ozone machine. You don't want anybody to be overcome when they go in there. And as soon as you're done with that, after 12 or 24 hours, then you want to ventilate immediately. Make sure that you do that. You don't want any of the ozone to be in place when people, including yourself, start going in and kind of, you know, walking around and cleaning up and that sort of thing. And then you can get started. Remember that you can use any one of our products for this in the additional fogging, but I'm really excited about the Exide CT for cannabis and tar. I think you'll really enjoy that. I think it's a great product. I love anything encapsulation based, so it's an opportunity for you to move forward with that as well. I'm seeing questions being typed, so I'm going to make sure that I get in there. I just feel like I'm running through this very quickly, and I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I get through it all as soon as I possibly can, but without kind of glossing over anything. So if you see back here, when we talk about this procedure, this is kind of a combination of what we're doing, if you can understand. If you want to use the ozone machine in addition to this, this would be, you know, using your Exide and fogger, fogging it into the underneath the carpet, float the carpet. You can also use another one to be fogging into the rest of the spaces, those sorts of things. So it's a pretty comprehensive odor control treatment, odor modification treatment. Okay. Really, you still had the smell. Wow, we need to talk about that. How long we let the blower run? I would let it run at least a couple of hours with the Exide going under there. Carpet has a tendency, particularly if it's a large room, you really want to get a lot of that done. And you could be doing other things, or you can leave it overnight. Thermal fogging. You know, I have to tell you, I am not as up to date on thermal fogging as I should be, so I can't really comment too much on it. I understand that it's quite a procedure that other cleaners and other companies use, so it's been around a long time, but I don't have any particular feeling one way or another about it. Nanu, I'm interested that you still had a smell of curry in the house. So we need to talk a little bit about that at some point. Maybe you can call in to Todd in the morning and talk a little bit about how that happened, and maybe we can kind of do some adjusting for you there in how to use the ozone and maybe some combination products to help you. The smell of any sort of Asian spices can be very, very difficult to remove, particularly if they've been in long-term use. Yep, harder and harder to use anything solvent-based. They do not like it. We're not allowed anymore, and so it's becoming a little bit more difficult. But we have other products that are taking the place of those that are being removed through VOC regulations and other EPA restrictions. That's CTI's cutting edge ability. We are coming up with new ways to combat these situations. We still need to resolve the issues, and if we're not allowed to use the products that we've been using all these years, then we need to come up with new techniques and new products that provide the quality performance that we've always looked for, but adhere to the new regulations, and that's CTI's strong suit. We do that. We re-examine our products continually to see if we can improve them, or if we can make something new, or if there's a hole that we can fill. That's how the Exide for Smoke CT was born. A few of our other products were born that way. There was a hole to fill, and we wanted to do that for you. So, but I am interested that you did not get the smell of curry out of the house or out of the apartment. So we want to kind of examine that. Did you clean the carpet also, do a full clean, or was it just odor in it? I'm curious to know. Okay, a full clean as well. Okay, so we do need to talk about that, definitely. Make sure that that we get all of your questions answered on that. And then we do have to tell you, we do have a drawing tonight as well. My goodness, had the same problem with recent curry jobs. Okay, Todd, tomorrow he'll be looking at this video and making notes on things that you guys have been asking about. So we'll have to make note that we need to be looking at Asian spices as a new situation for us. I know they can be very strong. When I was house hunting years ago, we drove up to the curb of a home, and such a nice looking home too, and I could smell it from the street level, and so I knew that it was going to be an issue trying to get that smell out of the house and out of the paintwork and out of the ducting and all of that. So maybe the combination of the three, maybe doing the fogging, maybe doing the Exide and running the ozone and floating under the carpet would be a use for you. What are you cleaning the hard surfaces? Clean a couple different ways. You can still use the Exide for that, but in order to clean it, we make a product called HD Odor Kill Plus. That's one of my favorites, and you can clean the hard surfaces with that. It is meant for urinal cleaning, janitorial cleaning, restroom cleaning, tile and grout. So it's a great product, has a fresh and clean smell about it. I love it, and I think it'd be a great addition to any odor treatment as such as you are doing such a broad treatment with all of the ozone and the fogging and all of that. I think the HD Odor Kill Plus would be a great choice for you. So let's, boy, we are running. I don't know, you guys are going to get off early tonight. So for you, your East Coasters that are on at 9:30, it's been it's going to be quicker for you. West Coasters, you're hanging out with me, so I want to make sure that that I get all your questions answered without rushing you. But we're going to do a drawing, and there are 12 of you. So we're going to do a drawing in a little while, and a few of you are going to win our new Exide for CT. So I'm really excited about that. We were giving it away at the show, and we're going to be giving it away now. So at this point, I usually start asking other questions about, because normally it's kind of a live audience, so get a chance to talk to you guys in person about questions about this. But definitely be careful with the ozone and definitely charge for it. I want you to think of this as a specific type of treatment. When you guys use our OSR, for example, and you do a subsurface treatment, it's several hours of work. You pull the carpet back, you treat the carpet, you replace the pad, you seal the subfloor. All of that is a long treatment, and so it's labor intensive, and so you charge for that. I want you to think of odor control, advanced odor control, as another treatment. Places to go with this sort of thing, not just your regular clients, but seek out some new markets for yourself. What about, I always think about the termite companies that go around and tent homes. I've never had mine done, but I understand the smell after it's been tented for 3 days, pretty bad. So what if you made some sort of an agreement for a referral system from some of those companies so that you could get that out of there? You're talking about dander, like pet. Now, we've talked about this, Todd and I talked about this a few times, and this came up just yesterday. Another cleaner had the same problem. He recommended molecular modifier, and I recommend maybe molecular modifier, and then once you've cleaned it, because molecular modifier is an enzymatic treatment, so it's topical. You put it onto the carpet and then extract it out. Leave it for a long term, dwell time's about an hour. It's very, very strong in its fragrance. So it's going to pretty much take that over. And then, of course, I like Exide on the top of that. Todd's saying HD Odor Kill is another great choice for that. All of those are designed to handle dander. So maybe that might be a choice for you. And anything HD Odor Kill, I love anyway. But maybe the Exide might help as well. You used Microban. I'll help you there. Microban is not our product. It is a great product. It's been around for a very, very long time. Again, it's now part of the Legends family. So I know that it's been around a long, long time, but I couldn't possibly comment on the production of that product and how well it did for you. But I would say, Todd says HD Odor Kill. I think maybe molecular modifier might be a choice, or Exide, something like that. So take a look at that. And then, of course, call into the tech line. Get Todd to assist you with some of that. Build a procedure for it. It's become quite the thing, pet dander, apparently. I've had pets my whole life and never had that issue. But, I mean, my home sometimes smelled like a kennel, but I never had that issue. Going rate day per machine. Yikes. Everybody asks me for pricing when I teach, and I teach all over the country, and so it's very difficult to sort of pin down a price for you. I know the cleaner here that I spoke to was charging $75 a day for the rental of his machines, and he had 3 of them, and so he would leave them on site for 3 or 4 days, and he pretty much made his money back in the first month of doing that. Use a CRB or a pile lifter. You absolutely could use a CRB or a pile lifter. Pile lifters are pretty much, I think they've gone the way of the dodo myself. I don't see many pile lifters anymore, and that's actually how I was trained. But CRBs are so much lighter and so much more effective than a pile lifter. When I was first trained, my first job was to pile lift 20,000 square feet in one night. I could not close my hands after we were done. So I don't have a lot of love for pile lifters, I'm going to tell you. I think a CRB has tons of different applications, not just in low moisture cleaning, but also in things like that, replacing pile lifters, agitating in pre-sprays. I don't even know why a carpet cleaner wouldn't have one as a tool in his basic cleaning regime. Is HD Odor Kill taking over for Quats? Wow, we've jumped from being a cleaning agent to being antimicrobial. Quats are a completely different animal to what we do. We don't have any sort of claim on antimicrobials or anything of that nature that would be in the realm of restoration. So I cannot know. I would say no, they're not taking over for Quats. I'm going to definitely say no. Todd may say, well, yeah, but I don't think so. We're not going that direction at this point. I always throw that in at this point. Never say never about CTI. We may at some point jump in with some restoration products. We have quite a few crossovers that could be used, like what we're talking about tonight, like our ozone machine and our foggers and our Xide for smoke and the other products that we produce are crossover products. They could be used in conjunction with other restoration situations and cleaning procedures. They themselves are not qualified to be considered antimicrobials or anything of that nature. So if that answers your question. So my goodness, ask me more questions. I'm here for you, and I know that you've just got to be burning with them. So talk to me about them, and I'll do my best to answer them. I can't too much discuss pricing because it varies in so many parts of the country. But I would say that most of the things I talk about, I usually say something to the nature of some sort of an hourly rate, and you would figure that out by your cost plus 40% profit, and then that's your hourly rate. So maybe that would be how you would go. Maybe you would say, my hourly rate of my machine is $75 an hour or $75 a day, or however you want to do it. I know that it's a very simple way to make your money back on your machine. So pretty easy. And I know that there's a lot of opportunity for crossover there using that machine. So let's, oh my goodness, we're just getting more and more participation here. Yay. For those of you who've jumped in, let's talk about anything else that you're looking for as far as odor control. You guys understand the basics of how we think of odor control. We didn't cover it here, but I can cover it for a minute just so you guys get some background on it. As I said, odor molecules have a shape, and our noses recognize that shape. And so we use other destroying mechanisms or altering mechanisms to change the shape of the molecule or destroy it, essentially getting rid of the odor. A few of our other products that we do that with, certainly our OSR, certainly our molecular modifier or our Odorzyme are some of our favorites. And then our Xide is another product, not just for smoke, but our regular Xide is another product that we use for odor elimination. If you're doing rug cleaning of any type and you're looking for odor products as well as cleaners, our Rug Restore is a great product. And we are going to be having a class built on doing upholstery type and area rug type cleaning, more specialty cleaning. So we're pretty excited about that. That's coming. Do you remove the curry oils from walls and cabinets? So absolutely, that would help. Absolutely remove the curry or oil from the walls and cabinets. You can use the Xide for that. If you put it into a bucket and dilute it in with water, you can actually take a terry towel and wipe down the cabinets and wipe down the walls with the Xide. That's a favorite way that I use it. That will encapsulate the odor and also remove the oil as well. So you might try that. Absolutely. Guys are just typing away. I can see. I hate to have dead air, but I'm reading what you're typing. So guys are just long. Dog and curry are the worst. You know what? I know that that Asian spices, and we used to call them Indian spices, but that's not quite fair to them. There's all the Asian spices are pretty strong, and certainly the Latin spices, Italian spices. We have our own versions of those. They tend to be very strong. You're right. So that's kind of why we started looking for these products and started looking for the next generation of odor control, because we're finding that our standard odor treatments weren't enough for you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys, and Ron, enjoy the products, and please don't use Odorzyme. Yes, you can use Odorzyme, but I'm certainly excited that you'll be trying our products. I think you'll find that they'll be amazing, and you'll love them. And I love the smell. I'm such a scent-driven person that I just love the idea of smells. And so there's certain products that we make that when they were being made, I had the chance to smell the test fragrances of them and give my opinion. And a few of them I said, okay, it has to be this one because I love it. So Excite has a great smell, great fragrance. HD Odor Kill Plus has a great fragrance. So I think you'll like them. Try them. See what you think. From essential oils, I don't know how we make them. I don't hang out in the corporate office very much. You guys know that we make everything in-house, and so all of those oils and scents are made there and from raw ingredients. But to tell you the truth, I don't know how they're made. So maybe that's a Todd question too. He was just telling me earlier today that when they're making one particular product in the warehouse, he has a hard time with them when they come walking through the office because it's so strong. So you might ask him what the base of our scents is. I actually couldn't tell you. You have an ozone but no fogger. Well, do remedy that and get a fogger. I think you'll really enjoy using it, and I think it will make you some money. So definitely do that. All right, guys, 6:45. So questions, email me. You guys have my email address. Those of you, email me your email address and address where we can send your product, those of you who won, and I will see you soon. I will be on PCN again probably next month or the following month, so look for us on PCN also, and look for me anywhere you are. If you want a class in your area, email me and let me know, and we will see what we can do for getting your distributor locally to host me so I can come out and meet all of you. I love you all. Make sure that you're using our products and making money doing it. Call me, email me, write to me. If you do something cool with our products, take a video of it and send it to me. We love that. And we often post them on Facebook or talk about you guys using the products and the success that you've had. So let me know what we can do to help you, and have a great Wednesday, everyone. Good night.